Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
And we're live. Hey, everybody. I stole your thunder.
You did.
I saw myself in the corner. I was like, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, my word. Hi, guys. Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventure podcast. We are an infotainment podcast for the rideshare community, and we hail from the best city in the state, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ooh. Jason here. We have Jesper.
Hello.
And Ben.
Hi.
Ben's in the corner tonight.
I am.
Nobody puts Ben in the corner. So, anyone out there that's listening, if the audio is shitty, please let us know. So,
I'll take care of it.
So Ben can work on it. So, please, if you're watching this, can you share this on your page or any other rideshare communities that you're a part of? Please share. That helps us grow. So, Nick's not here tonight, and that's okay. And what about the stories from the past 2 weeks? So, I will start with mine.
Okay.
I drove Saturday during the day for a little bit and then took the afternoon off and drove at night. And so it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I picked this group up at the bus station. They said they were boozing on the Greyhound bus. Is that a thing? Do they allow that?
Maybe. I don't know.
They allow anything.
Okay.
They just don't. They
It's
don't have
six-
the resources to check for it.
So it's $6 for a ticket, and you can do what you want?
So is there like a mile high club at the Greyhound bus?
I'm sure. I mean, they shoot
Oh,
up front.
well, it wouldn't be called the Mile High. It would
Well,
be
of course not.
the Road Warrior or something like that. The Mile High Club. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
you know what that is, do you?
I know what it is. I'm not a part of it.
No, me
So the Overhauler joined us on YouTube. What's up, dude? So 2 weeks. Oh, okay. I got lost when we were talking about Mile High Club. Got a little excited. So it's Saturday night. It's 9 o'clock. I picked this group up at the bus station, and we're driving along. They had been drinking. I mean, it's 9 o'clock, but it's 9 o'clock. You know, you're usually not expecting anything too lively at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Most people's nights are just started. So he's like, oh, man, there's a group. There was like two guys and a girl in the back. And he's like, oh, you're a real professional. You got puke bags. I'm like, and everyone says that. I'm like, oh, yeah,
Yep,
it's not my
I know.
first rodeo, blah, 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 blah. So all of a sudden, the guy in the middle, I hear him say, I'm not feeling good. I was like, what in the hell?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of keeping quiet. And so he pulls out his buddy pulls out the puke bag. Sure enough, and it smelled. I mean, you cannot get away from that smell. All the windows are down. I got the air conditioning blowing on, full blast, trying to freeze him out.
Right.
And he puked the whole time. And we get done, and I'm like, oh, great. And his buddy hands me a 20. He's like, oh, this is the cost for the puke bag. So I go back there, no puke, and he took the other bag for the ride home because somebody was the DD in there. I mean,
Nice.
the DD, like maybe not the DD. And so he took the other bag for the ride home, and he gave me $20 and not a drop in the car.
There you go.
So I took the $20. I replenished my puke bags in the back and kept on driving. So not a crazy story, but it was just, you never expect that at 9 o'clock.
Nope.
Not many people day drink except if you're like Irish on Ionia or there's a big event. But man, these people clearly were day drinking.
There you go.
So
There you go.
I'm telling you, Jesper, those bags you gave me are a lifesaver.
Oh,
I used one
absolutely.
as well on a Grand Valley ride. So
yeah, I think I need to replenish because I think I got like 2 left.
Okay, well, I still have about, I don't know, probably 12 in the back of the van.
Oh.
Yeah, because I bought a 20-pack. So
Oh, do you have the van here tonight?
no, I don't.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
All right.
You know how it is. They needed it. So I did not drive last weekend, but I drove the Saturday before that, which was the Kenny Jackson concert. And I don't really have a lot of stories. It was a pretty boring night, slow night before the concert. I started a little bit early thinking I was going to get like some of the pre-concert rides, but it really wasn't much going on. But then once the concert went out, I was back-to-back busy.
Did you do XL only?
Well, I did. Yep, I did
Okay.
do XL only, but it did not work. I tried turning it on and off a couple of times, But it didn't work until after the concert was out.
Okay.
It definitely needed to be busier. But then it was good. My longest ride that night was $40, which I think some people refer to those as like a mini unicorn these days.
No,
But-
those aren't unicorns.
No, I know. I'm not the one talking.
A $40 is a mile ride down the road. That's a unicorn, where it's like
Yes.
it took them longer to get in the car than you actually drove.
Right. But anyway, so I picked them up at the Van Andel, and it was a group of 6. And they go, I say, you're going back to the hotel, and I forget what the name of the hotel was, but the one up on Michigan Street. And I just say, is that where you're going? And they go, yep, that's where we're going. And we come up there, and they were obviously not from town. It's like, wait, this is not our hotel. So we drove all the way up there, and they was like, no, we are at like this and so all the way out in Granville. Oh, okay, well,
Which one was it? Because I've had that happen before. Not the Best Western. It's a
other one.
Comfort Inn or something.
It was like way out. Like way out. So, anyways, they punched in the new one, and I took them out there, and that was pretty good. And then I got the new Surge. Obviously, not what you're supposed to get, but I think it was an additional $12, something like that. So, it ended up being $40 for like a 28-minute ride. So it wasn't bad.
You talked about the new Surge. There is a question about that new Surge. What people want to know, and I don't know the answer, but we'll talk about is how does Uber? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the new Surge. It was the long distance pickup fee, I think she was asking. But anyways.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've gotten the new Surge a couple times. And there's no doubt Uber is taking way more than they used to take. But their verbiage is that they give you more so you get a significant part of the Surge fare. That's the verbiage they're using. But
there's no...
It comes out to about half.
Yeah, but there's no like you get this much or this much. It's just kind of all random. You're just like,
very random.
Yeah, I guess they give us an extra $9 this time. Sweet.
Right.
Yeah, I've had rides where I totally won, and Uber took like $5 out of the whatever it was, $30 ride. But then I've had others like going out to Grand Valley, and I get screwed on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what their criteria is for the extra. Oh, we ripped off the passenger, so we're going to give you $10.
Right?
I
don't know.
I don't know.
Because they took almost half of my ride to Grand Valley.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's how it's been for me every time. I've been Grand Valley 3 or 4 times since the new Surge.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They end up taking about half.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ever going to tell us. I mean, why is it sometimes where the rider pays almost nothing and like Uber loses money?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand unless the passenger changed the ride mid-trip and so they upfront priced it and they actually went longer. I mean, I don't know.
Well, but even if they go longer and they do upfront price it, they will charge them more.
Will they?
Yeah. Yeah, if
not really,
they
because
have to.
not anymore, because people don't complain about GPS anymore because they know they're only paying. So if I take a different route than what.
Well, the one I did, I mean, the one I just did now, it was such a big difference between where they first were being set up and
right.
Granville.
That I think those, you're right. They'll probably pay a little bit more, but interesting. So, checking on the comments. Oh, Vaughn's on YouTube. He says, I drove to Detroit on a $2 surge, no extra. What the hell?
That's lame.
Well, no. So let's talk about that a little bit because there's 2 different kinds of surge now. There's the surge where you're actually in a search area, and then there's the surge that is a $2 because you drove through a search area.
That's true. That's just an extra ticket.
So that's probably what it was, Vaughn. And if you submit a ticket to that and kind of ask them, because I've had that happen too. You drove through a search area, you get a $2 extra, but it's not actually searching when you get it. That's not a search.
That's just kind of like a...
That's an
hey, we're screwing you on unicorns. Here's $3.
Whatever they want to call it. Yep.
So on Sunday, I drove after driving Saturday night. I drove a little bit on Sunday, and I was still getting surge left over from the previous rides on Saturday. It was odd.
No, because when you turn your app off, you're supposed to lose that.
I know, but it didn't.
Maybe you randomly drove through it and you didn't realize it.
Maybe, but it was pretty awesome.
Do you remember the time Gabe drove? He was driving at night. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was like an $18 or $12 surge appeared in Byron Center, whatever.
Yeah.
And he drove down to it, and in the middle of it, he got another one.
No way.
but he didn't get one in the area.
Oh,
But he got one just outside, but he got a $12 added bonus because he drove through it. So from that perspective, that ended up being, it was a $5 ride. He ended up making $17 on it.
Kind of the same thing happened to me. Was it Wednesday I drove or Monday because of the snow? I got $6 and it ended up being a guy. I actually missed my flex shift because I forfeited because I picked him up at the Union Square Apartments. And it was an extra $7. I had been driving around looking for a ride for 20 minutes.
Was there a meth lab out front?
There was not today. It was during the day, so they kind of keep that stuff down. And I ended up driving all the way out to Whitneyville. And then added an extra $7 on it. But I think I wasted more gas driving around waiting for that. Because all I wanted was a short trip. And I probably would have made it to Amazon, but I missed it. So, oh well.
Oh, wow.
All right. Let's look at the rundown here. Ben, we're all done with our stories. Nothing crazy. We haven't had anything crazy in a while.
I mean, I did make tips on every ride I did that Sunday afternoon. Which was
Nice.
nice.
All 2 of them?
No, I did like 5, I think.
Oh, well, that's actually pretty good.
And they all tipped.
Yeah.
Some cash, some on the
People
app.
don't realize, like, just $1. I would every time I see $1 come through, I'm like, thank you. At least you.
Absolutely.
And it's not a lot of money, but it's. I don't want to say it's the thought that counts, but I mean, it is kind of like, oh, cool. I actually got a tip tonight from Monday. I looked at the app and I'm like, oh, I can't believe he looked back. So
I got one the other day. Actually, last Sunday, and that was 10 days since I may give him the ride, and he gave me the
10 days.
10 days.
That's crazy. That's
but it was
a lot.
it was a $1 tip. So
Yeah.
that was my deposit.
All right, couple things, guys. We're going to go through things real quick. I know this is your favorite part, just kind of talking about what's going on for GR Rideshare Adventures and a couple of different things. So the voice guy that you heard in the intro is AdamGrantVoice.com. Great guy. If you actually own a podcast or run a podcast or whatever, he'll do some free work for you. But go to his website and check that out, AdamGrantVoice.com. I know most people in there don't care.
Don't forget about the newsletter.
Oh, I know. I'm just jumping around. I got you. Next up, we're actually creating a new YouTube channel for podcasting. So as we're growing in our business, we kind of want to separate ourselves a little bit from some of the crazy videos. Not that anyone couldn't find them, but when we've had a few people come to us for sponsorship and we're like, oh, do we really want to send them to the YouTube page? I mean, there's some disgusting and crazy stuff on there. So Jesper or Ben will share that in the chat. If you guys can go ahead and subscribe to that, when we do hit 1K followers, we will do a pretty big giveaway.
Since when?
I didn't tell these guys. I made an executive decision.
Apparently, he's paying out of pocket on that.
I'm just saying. So
You might get like a monster and a pack of gum.
I mean,
Big
hey,
one.
I'm just saying. I mean,
A
maybe.
messenger bag with our logo on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you almost did a spit take.
I thought you gave that to me. Come
Oh,
on.
that's tentative. I think we found a new home for it.
Okay. Wow.
So today was kind of cool. We have a Telegram group. That is an app that you can message back and forth.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
What was it? Hashtag yellow something Kool-Aid, and you spelled Kool-Aid wrong. You spelled it with a C, I think. But
It was
anyways,
awesome.
Telegram is a messaging app. I know, just what you need, right? Another messaging app. And we had Miguel join us today. It was kind of cool. He drives out of Holland and Grand Rapids. That is a group that we kind of all talk and see what's going on. We have people, Larry from Bowling Green, John from North Carolina. Forgive me, anyone else that I missed in any other areas.
Palka.
Palka. So yeah, people are joining that. So that'll get shared in the chat. Go ahead and join that and download the app, and we can all talk about what's going on in your community. Next up is our newsletter. The link that'll get shared in the chat is just a sign-up link. We usually feature a rideshare driver of the month and just some other fun stuff. I feel like we're link pape. Oh, Larry, I just caught up on the messages. He goes, I can't wait to win the giveaway. Oh my gosh, sucker! Hey, we're building an audience. We got 16 on right now, so you have less chances. That's hilarious. He's won like the last two. Well, one. What we gave away 4 gift cards last time.
Yeah.
So we want one of them.
Hey, Peter, we don't want you part of the Telegram, so just shut up.
What? Yeah, Peter.
I'm not joining no Telegram.
I got to download another app. What am I, 60? So, yeah, check that out. I'd like to get a new member by the end of the week. Do it. Who's it going to be?
By the end of the podcast.
By the end of the podcast. Real quick, I'm going to talk about our merch store. I know I talk about it all the time. It's really, honestly, we don't make zilch on it. Very, very, very low percent. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are actually all wearing our logo stuff. My hat's backwards.
Yeah, good, Jason.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, this full disclosure, this is not from Zazzle.
No.
we found a site that that's much cheaper to order, but it doesn't do any drop shipping. But anyways, this is the shirt that I created. Jesper Ben will share it, but it says, "I will tip you in the app," and then we'll share the store link if you want to buy stuff. But it's just kind of just community based things. We're not really making a ton of money on it. So,
hey, Christopher, new guy just joined us from. Looks like he's from Pennsylvania.
on YouTube.
Facebook.
Ah, cool. Peter wants a flat bill. Dude, I like the flat bills. They don't really, I don't know. I didn't see any flat bill hats on where we got this stuff, but
I think they might have a flat bill.
yeah.
What was the company we used? What were they called?
It was called
Queensboro.
Greensboro, that's right.
Yeah, I think they're in North Carolina.
They did a great job.
They did a
by
great
the
job.
way.
Good communication.
Yeah, good. Pretty fairly cheap as well.
Yeah, we had a error on one thing and it was our fault, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll just give you a credit." We're like, okay.
Sweet.
So, Chris, some of the links on Android phones don't work. I don't know why that is. But if you're on a desktop, all the links will work. So sorry about that. Have we ever figured out why those links don't work for an Android phone? I bet you 2-1 he's got an Android phone.
I don't know.
Not that we're gonna have a battle for Android versus iPhone, but
Kevin
says the same.
I will try.
Anyways, sorry about that, guys. I'll have to research that. Somebody write a note down. Write a note down, Ben, on my sticky pad. Oh, I got the pen. Here. Yay, sports. All right, sorry. And then 2 more things. We have a patron account where you can join for $5 or $1, $5, $10 a month, and you get certain perks there. One of the perks is listening to us before the podcast starts, and it's definitely not safe for work. Just ask Larry. He says it's not working on iPhone. What the heck? Do they not work on the...
I just copied and pasted
All right.
them.
I got to try it now.
I'm so sorry, people.
I'm trying.
I'm just curious.
Okay, pause the podcast. We're gonna go check
Are we
it out.
pausing to fix links?
No, we're not pausing.
They're all working for me.
No, they don't work for me either.
Weird. It works on desktop.
I'm not even seeing no links.
Samantha, hush. Yeah, I don't know why they're not working. That's a bitch.
And Larry, thank you so much. You're right. It is totally worth it to be the patron, to add the be on the patron.
Bonus features.
Well, yeah, I don't know why. I guess if you're on your desk, just shut up and get on your desktop and click on them.
No, be nice to Christopher now.
No, I'm just saying shut up in general. Bless you, Ben. I don't understand why that doesn't work. I guess we've never tried it. And you can't copy it either. Well, that's lame.
So, but
anyways,
a lot of the links, we are using them a lot. I mean, they are the same. So, I mean,
well, what we should do is create a pin post in our Facebook group with all those links on there and direct them to that.
Yep.
Or we should put all those links on our website and direct them to the website.
We have a lot of them on the website already. They're part of the blog and so forth.
Yeah,
so,
but we need like a resource page for all those.
Oh, okay, fine. Good idea.
Get to work on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Chris says I have no desktop. I know a lot of people don't. Anyways, we'll move on. We apologize. I didn't know that those links weren't working. So anyways, yeah, patron.podbean.com/GRRideshare. We'll share the link, even though half of you can't click on it. And lastly, I demoed a rideshare tablet called Octopus. And it basically is a tablet you put in the back of your car, and riders can play games and blah, blah, blah. And it's really nice. I actually am working on a review video for it. It is not live in Grand Rapids yet, but the more people that join, it will encourage them to come over. You can go to, we'll share the link, even though it doesn't work.
Yeah, it might be a Facebook thing.
It must be a Facebook. Does it work in YouTube?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Omar says the links are working for him. So.
Oh, and YouTube.
And YouTube.
Everyone go to YouTube.
Another
now.
reason why YouTube is better.
I know. we are actually going to slowly move over to the new podcast page for YouTube. That's where we prefer you to go. I mean, it's fine in here too. But anyways, where was I? Oh, so go to octopus.com, and when you use a referral code, use GR Podcast. That's octopus.com, and then use GR Podcast. That would be great. So let's catch up a little bit. Yeah, links work for... Yeah, but is Omar on...
YouTube.
Yeah, he's on YouTube, but is he on a desktop?
I don't know.
Well, that's what we need to find out. Jeez, what are you, new? All right, guys.
So demanding.
So, one quick thing before we jump into rideshare in the news. We did get our first sponsor. We're not going to announce it yet, but we're super stoked about that.
It's top secret.
It's top secret. So for the next 3 months, we will have actually a sponsor that's going to sponsor the podcast. So
starting next month.
Next month, yeah, which will be 2 weeks from tonight. Yep. So, all right, let's jump in.
That's actually the first.
May 1st?
Yeah.
Is it?
Unless I'm a day off. I could be a day off.
All right. So we're going to jump into rideshare in the news, and we have 2 videos and a couple other things. And this first video, before we play it, is basically a Lyft driver that was discovered passed out in the car with narcotics. And the video kind of just talks about, what that rideshare drivers should be drug tested and blah, blah, blah. So Ben's going to play that, and we'll go from there.
From ABC 7, this is News at 11.
It is the opposite of everything our parents taught us when we were kids.
Yeah, getting into the car with a stranger. But these days, ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft are very popular, so we hop into a stranger's car and hope they take us where we ask.
But how do we know if they have a criminal record, if they've been drinking, if they've been doing drugs?
Tonight, we have proof of why it matters. Take a look at this woman. Collier deputies just arrested this Lyft driver, Kelly Robinson.
Robinson was passed out behind the wheel in the middle of Manatee Road, according to law enforcement. On the seat next to her, a syringe. And deputies found more needles and heroin and crack in her car, too. Her story spurred us to get you more tonight.
This guy's got a puker voice.
We'll investigate how easy it is to become a Lyft or Uber driver, even trying it herself.
Yeah, to see if they're really protecting you from dangerous people behind the wheel.
Dangerous people.
Jeff and Krista, tonight I started the application process to become one of these Lyft drivers. I found out there are a few things you need to submit, like your driver's license, registration, and insurance card, before anyone can get into the back seat of your car.
Your ride has arrived, but before it pulls up to the curb, how do you know if it's safe to hop in the back seat?
There are definitely many dangers, I think, and risks that you're taking.
While going through the process of filling out an application to drive for Lyft, I found there are several things you need to submit, as well as agreeing to a background check.
Stricter background checks can definitely be helpful. There needs to be even more precautions to protect our safety.
A Lyft representative even texted me asking if I had any questions. When I asked if there was a drug test required, she didn't respond.
It's definitely a bad decision. It's pretty sad. It kind of gives the other Lyft drivers a bad name.
Lyft driver Jason Dean tells us there were several things he had to submit when he started driving over 3 years ago. But
there was no drug test involved, no.
Something Lyft and Uber users think should be required.
Drug tests, definitely. I mean, they're putting other people in their back seats, so it would definitely be helpful to have some sort of testing for them.
Especially after hearing of what happened to this driver behind the wheel.
I did reach out to Lyft tonight, and a spokesperson tells me they have a zero-tolerance policy for alcohol and drug use among their drivers. Upon learning of this incident, they say the driver has been removed from the app. I'm reporting in Lee County tonight. Simone Cucurullo, ABC 7.
Just today, Florida Gulf Coast University came out with this letter. The subject line, use safety features to stay safe. The school isn't just reminding students, but everybody to use caution
Just
when
'cause we're running
requesting a ride. In the
Periscope
letter, it says
and all
always
that
check
other
to
stuff.
Make sure the model, the color, the license plate of the car matches up with the car on the app. And also match up the name and picture of your driver. Also ask, hey, who are you here to pick up? And hopefully they give you your name. Make sure you are actually able to text or call your driver, too, to confirm
Jasper does.
location.
FGCU sent that letter in response to the murder of a University of South Carolina student. Her name is Samantha Josephson. She was killed by a man police say was posing as an Uber driver. And a similar incident happened to an FGCU student back in 2017. A guy named Willie Faust is accused of pretending to be an Uber driver and
I
sexually
forgot about this
assaulting a
part of it.
student. His trial is set to start in June.
There we go.
There you go.
So 5 and 6.
Yep.
You got it now.
I grabbed the wrong knob.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Well, welcome back.
Oh man, if you get a cough, that's a good one. Sorry about that. So drug testing for, I mean, that guy was a Lyft driver and he was saying, you know, we should drug test. I mean, if you drug test the Uber and Lyft drivers, you're going to lose half your force.
So I'm okay with it.
Well, I'm okay with it too. Yeah, I guess you're right. But
how do you do it?
I mean, come on.
Realistically.
It all kind of goes to we're independent contractors.
Yep.
So, I mean, yes, if I mean, I don't know.
But a drug test isn't really that expensive, so just ask drivers to pay for it themselves.
Well, yeah, I guess if you want
team up with the local. I mean, there's national. What do they call national centers? Just
Yeah,
I
just don't think that. I don't know. I mean, I'd be fine with it too. It's fine, whatever. But I think it's a little ridiculous.
But it ties into a little bit of that. I mean, I don't know if we're going to jump to it right now. But the Lyft, is it Uber or Lyft that has this new security feature where it'll come up and even ask if that person is on board?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So they're constantly trying to add new features for making it safer for the rider as well as the driver. But it's just,
I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy that. That first of all that happened. I'm sure. I always wonder when people. Do you ever? I mean, you don't ride much, so. But when
I don't ride much, no.
As a rider, but
Right.
I always when I do ride, I'm like, man, this guy could be high as hell, and I would have
absolutely.
no idea. You know, you do take a risk by getting in there, and it's even happened in GR. You'll see reports of people that are drunk. They're like, this guy's drunk.
I gotta tell you, Michelle was just in Chicago during spring break. And she used Uber and Lyft a lot, right?
Yeah.
That was all they used to get around. And I mean, she said most of the drivers, they were just okay.
Yeah.
Right? There was one out of the drivers that kind of stood out, and he was really nice. But most of them didn't say a word. And I mean, who knows if they were tired or whatever they were? I don't know. And the other thing too, and again, that has nothing to do with their with their ability to drive, but the cars was grungy.
Yeah.
It's like ugh.
Now, you can look this up. I'm not lying. There was a commission that was put together in the state of Michigan because marijuana is legal now, and you can buy it, I think, in December, at stores and stuff like that. You can't
admire.
Well, I don't think Meyer's going to have it, but they put a commission together, and it was like weed people or advocates and scientists and politicians. Like, it was a knowledgeable group, and they concluded that you're actually safer driving high than you are sober.
But based on what?
I don't know. I did not read it. I heard it on Eric Zing's podcast about a month ago. So,
okay.
I mean, look it up. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Flowmaster on YouTube seems to think that 45% of drivers probably partake in cannabis, and maybe they do. I don't know, but I know back when and again, I'm not pro or against any of that, but I used to run a grocery store in Denmark when I lived over there, and one of my most reliable employees ever was a regular smoker.
Yeah.
But he never came to work high.
Exactly. I mean, it's the same as...
He would go home and
I'm
the way
high right now.
high as a kite, man.
High on Monster.
The way he would relax, he would go home and he would smoke a joint. And then he would go to bed.
Right. Well,
and so...
I don't think it's any different than alcohol. In fact, I would much rather, if I had a kid, I'd rather have him smoke pot than drink booze.
The problem is cannabis is traceable in your bloodstream for 45 days.
I know.
So
I know. It's stupid. And the employers can still say if you smoke and, for employment and you pop, we're going to fire you, which is the dumbest thing I ever heard. But
again, I don't.
Let's not get on this too much. That's our first freaking story. All right, something fun. We talked about puking earlier, so Ben's going to share a photo. Would you use this in your car? I don't know where I found it, but go to pukebucket.com and you can pick one up.
They come in different colors.
$29.95.
Is it $29.95 or no?
I think it was.
Oh, I'll click on the link.
Does it come in different colors?
I don't know. It's a weird website.
The link may not work for you.
No, it does. No, it just, I don't know what site it's literally from the pukebucket.com.
Right.
It says shop and there's one bucket. It's just that one.
It's like puke colored.
I mean,
did we lose the Facebook live?
Did we?
Live stream?
I don't think so.
It's not working for me.
Well, operator error.
It's working on my end.
Thank you.
Oh, Samantha's got an edible. Oh, boy.
Oh, there you go.
I'd like to see Ben take an edible and like
Really?
45 minutes later. No, but it's you guys. That was crazy. Yeah, literally, the pukebucket.com. That's all it is. It's just, I feel like it's can you even add it to your cart? The site's secure. I'm trying to see if I can buy it.
Of course it works.
I'm not going to buy it, but I don't know, man. This site is a little sketch. But anyways, if you want to puke buy, hey, all you got to do is rinse it out. I mean, you're saving money. $20. Look how many pukes you can get in there. Might be good just for a conversation starter.
Oh, it's only $19.95. It's
Yeah.
like $29.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's funny. All right. I should have bought it. So this one does not have a video. I would say Ben posts the links, but I feel like we should create an area on the website where we can have news, and then I can upload these, or you can show me how to do that, and then the stories, and then we send people to our website to do that instead. But
so, Christopher, you're right. We use those bags all the time as well. Those are the bags that we have in our cars. He posted a link to the puke bags.
Oh, okay.
You can also get a link to those on our resource page on grrideshare.com. So
yeah, and guys like to take them out and pretend that it's their condom because they stretch it out. It's like we showed it, I think, on the last podcast, and they're like, "Hey, look at this."
So they are still dreaming. But yeah, no, those are the ones we're using. I used two on Beerfest.
Well, I used one, and somebody took the other one, so just in case.
I mean, I didn't use them, but I had riders in my car using them.
So Flowmaster says about my weed thing. It says about driving. He says that's incorrect. I've been high as a kite in high school and driving a manual. Couldn't step on the clutch at the drive-thru. Well, I didn't say get baked as high as you can.
I mean, he had the munchies too. So,
jeez, my lord,
what you get from the drive-through?
Yeah, exactly. So, this next article from CNN, it says a man allegedly impersonated a rideshare driver and raped a woman. Police say. I mean, these keep coming and coming and coming, and I don't understand when. I don't know what to do. I mean, we've talked about it a million times. Is like I've been so intoxicated, but I think I would still be able to verify that this is my driver. So, said a man in the car led the victim to believe that he was her rideshare driver, and the woman got inside and they drove away. The sheriff's office said in the statement the suspect was captured in surveillance footage near the victim's home. Man, I tell you what, there's cameras everywhere now. I don't understand why people even try to break the law. So That's tough. But anyways, what can we do as drivers for riders? I almost want to teach them when they get in, you just got in my car. I don't want to be like, I'm your dad, but I'm like, you just got in my car. You didn't even verify anything. You just got in my car. Right. What are you doing? I
mean, I've driven for 3.5 years, 3 years, 3 years. And I've only had one ever check my license plate.
I've had 2.
It's happening a lot lately.
Well, I mean, now
in the last couple of weeks,
with
I've been checking my license plate.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Unfortunately, though, with tragedy brings results, right? As an example, a traffic light that everyone hates and complains about, and then they have too many fatalities, and then they're like, "Oh, we're going to change the cycle or whatever." But I think we're kind of in the same thing as far as that goes. I mean, just check your license plate, verify on the app. So, piece of shit. That's what that guy is.
Right. Yep.
You just called them Christ.
I know, mistake. Sorry,
what?
Sorry, Christopher. It was autocorrect.
Apparently, you're Jesus now.
See ya, Son Christ. Of God.
It was my mistake.
I mean, it's Easter and everything.
Yeah,
so.
But he got it right. I don't think it was Christ.
That's hilarious. All right, next up we got.
I'll fix it.
Good luck. You'll probably end the stream.
Only I can do that.
That's true. So next up, you got to be ready for this video. This guy is going to tell you how to make the most money on Uber and Lyft. This is a guy out in, I think, Los Angeles.
Answer all the questions.
Answer all the questions. So here we go.
All of them.
All the questions.
Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Jay Crater is what you might call a
Jason
master
Morrell.
rideshare driver, and he's a survivor at a job that's reported to have heavy turnover.
What happens often in life is you think it's easier than it is. You do actually have to work, and you have to kind of develop a skill set to become good at it.
Jay has been driving for both Uber and Lyft for the past 3.5 years, and he's given a lot of rides.
I'm trolling this guy a little bit
right now.
And so today we're 23,601.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. Jay's not just a driver; he's a game player searching for the winning strategy.
It's all very gamified.
Did you write that, or did Ben write that?
He developed a side hustle with a popular website called the Rideshare Guy and his own blog, Rideshare Dojo.
And I've written probably 100 articles and made videos.
I was bragging camp
all about it. So I've really broken down how can a driver make the most money possible.
That means working at least 50 hours a week, but he takes 6 weeks of vacation a year.
My first 3 years, I made approximately $100,000 a year. After expenses, it's about 80.
Okay, 80 grand a year.
Yeah.
But Uber and Lyft are lowering rates, so Jay says the same hours won't be giving the same results.
So let's say at the low end, it's $65,000 that you clear after expenses.
So it's more important than ever to drive smart. Jay says the smartest thing you can do is drive in San Francisco.
I don't like driving in San Jose, and I don't like driving in Oakland. The rates are lower than they are in San Francisco, and the demand isn't as high, so you don't stay as busy.
But on weekends, it's a different strategy if you start early.
You can do a lot of long rides in the morning.
That piece of shit.
No traffic. So it's
Please
so great. I'm here and
troll that guy.
Over to Oakland, but there's no traffic. We'll be there in like 15, 20 minutes.
Jay
or should we
drove
boot him?
Enough rides for Lyft to qualify for $1,000 worth of stock when the company went public. Now he's driving more for Uber, hoping to qualify for its stock.
Did you do that,
Are
Ben?
you more satisfied being a driver for Uber
Come
or
on,
driving
snarky
for
Ben,
Lyft?
snarky
Probably
Ben.
the number one question my passengers ask. So purely as a driver, I prefer Lyft.
He says Lyft pays a little more, and
Of course,
the passengers
everyone
seem
says that.
friendlier.
And it's like cats and dogs. The Uber passengers are like cats. They're just quieter, not as responsive. Whereas the Lyft passengers are more like the dogs, just.
I don't know what that says about me because I only use Lyft.
That's good. They're friendlier. They're just more open, and it's kind of like we're part of a club.
Jay says the best tips come from being a good listener, driving
Dumbass
carefully, and after someone leaves something in your car, you return it.
Is that it?
That must be it. There was a bridge, though.
Weird.
Well, let's address.
You got to turn that down before you click the go over. I know it's a new button for
Sorry,
you.
I was too busy harassing our harasser.
Well, let's address Jason just a little bit because he did actually
Hey,
have.
excuse me?
No, not you, Jason.
Oh.
Morel.
the one that's being a.
Well, so he's being a little bit of Mr. Negative, but let's address it a little bit, and we'll go back to the video. And so, Jason, I mean, we've been doing this for over a year. We've been posting 37 podcasts. And how do you? His question was, how do I learn something from somebody? How can I learn anything from someone who drives in a different area? It doesn't help me here. Well, so that's, I mean, okay. So there's lots of tips to be picked up. One of the biggest things that we always say when you start driving is do your research. And yeah, it's going to differ a little bit from area to area as to what are the good spots and those kind of things. But it's the same things that's going to apply in the different areas. Keep your car clean, treat it as a service, treat it as a job. All those things are still the same. And there's lots of things that we can learn from each other. There's lots of things we can learn by treating this as a community as well. And so those are the things that we are trying to do.
And also, we're an infotainment podcast, so there's a lot of entertainment. There's a community in here. A lot of people that listen to our podcast are been around for a while, and we have fun. So it's not all about we're sitting here teaching you how to Uber or Lyft.
Correct.
So, I mean, we're happy to answer any questions, but, you know, that is what it is. So.
Well, and part of how we answer it is also we go out and we ask the community. We don't know everything, right? But we can help you figure out how to do it. So, no, we're not trying to be sensitive, Jason. We just...
Move along.
We're trying, right, and we will. But we're also just trying to be responsive to your comments. So,
choo-choo!
Anyways, going back to the video.
Yeah, well, we're done with the video.
No, I know, but I thought we were going to talk
about it. Let's talk about it. Sorry.
I know it's over.
Go ahead. You said you wanted to talk about it. So we're getting distracted from that douche canoe, so let's let Ben fight with him. So.
Okay, fine.
Oh, now Jeff wants to get on board. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Samantha says, can I swear? I don't care. Roger says, why? Oh, boy, man, we are just going down a rabbit hole. I can't look at these anymore.
Just move on.
We're going to move on. So, yeah, this guy, someone posted on YouTube that he probably made the 10K. I don't think he did. I think his total rides were between Uber and Lyft. So you had to have 20,000 rides to get the bonus.
Right, but I think there's a good chance he made the 10K from Uber when that comes up, right? I mean,
I don't know, because he had 23,000. He's been driving for both. He definitely doesn't have 20.
Well, he only made 1,000 from Lyft. We know that because he said that.
Oh, okay. But somebody commented that he made the 10K on Uber, but I don't think he did. So yeah, this guy, actually the lady misspoke because she said that he was actually the rideshare guy, and he's not. He works for the rideshare guy. I don't know, as just like a blogger or whatever, and obviously has his own site. But I mean, he didn't tell us anything that we didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, he said Lyft is better than Uber and those kind of things. So it's just kind of funny how they title it. He shares his secrets to making money. He didn't share shit, just like us.
Right.
We don't share shit, right, Jesper?
Well,
we only share Grand Rapids market information. I'm sorry, it's funny. Oh, speaking of, our next thing is about our rideshare lot in Grand Rapids.
There you go.
Let's make them mad. Let's switch over to that real quick, Ben. So it is finally live in Grand Rapids, the new rideshare lot. It's been forever. And those are the pictures. It started on the 15th. The picture on the right under the little slash is where the lot is. I will let you know it's super small, very small. It's a rideshare lot and a sell lot, pretty much the same thing. And as of, I haven't seen anyone post about it. The queue was not working. So I don't know about that.
But it was supposed to start working today.
Yeah, if anyone knows that's been on tonight or been over there, let us know if that's working or not. But it is not at Wendy's anymore, because I was actually driving on Monday, and then I was sitting at Wendy's. I'm like, wait, I'm not in the queue. And then I looked at the little airport, or the little the airplane icon, and I was like, oh, that's not Wendy's. Because you can see in the middle picture where my little arrow is. That's where I was sitting. And then I was like, oh. So I drove over there and talked to some guys, and they said that that it was over here, but the queue was not working. So Samantha says, is it still working at Wendy's? No, the queue is not working anywhere. As of Monday, it was not working anywhere. So, anyways, so let's talk about the Uber bonus. What did you guys get? There's a picture of just what I got, and it's pretty sad, but it's $100. I mean, am I going to buy stock with it? No, I'm not. And anyone that would actually buy, if anyone that did get the 10 grand and you're going to buy Uber stock, hell no. I mean, who would do that?
That's a lot of money to toss into the stock.
Into this, well, especially after Lyft's kind of debacle. Right. Jesper and I each bought $5 on Stash. We should share our link on that. And it's gone down considerably. So,
well, only $1. So,
well, we only
20%.
20% though. I mean, that's quite a bit for $5 that you invested. And I will buy $5 at Uber too. It's still kind of fun. The Stash is kind of a fun app. You can, the brands that you use, you can buy. Like I have some Apple stock and Verizon and Monster and all those kind of things. Oh, I thought, Ben, you were going to say something. It looked like you were leaning into the mic.
I was canceling out of that high CPU usage message.
Oh. So, yeah. What did y'all get?
$100.
$100.
I didn't get anything.
You didn't get anything?
No.
Because you were riding Lyfts, you know what, for a long time. And then they
canceled me.
They canceled you. They kicked
gave you the boot.
So... yeah, only one, bless you. I'll give you a quarter. I'll give you 50 cents. Oh, dang it. Now I owe you 50 cents and a quarter. I always do that to my kids. Samantha got 0.
Me too.
Somebody, Tim Burns, he got
a grand.
Because he's over 10,000.
You know, the Scroober guy.
The Scroober. I don't know. He didn't say Scroober on that post, but I think his next post he was bitching about something. So
probably.
I don't know. Who cares? Peter, you're gonna buy. Oh, you got $100. What? Roger wants to know what platform are buying your stocks on. Stash, but Robinhood's kind of the same style, like, or same thing, I guess. But maybe they have some better features. I know Stash has a debit card that you earn stock. Like if you go to McDonald's with it. It gives you a little bit of like 50 cents for McDonald's stock or whatever. But
I think I have a total of $40 invested on Stash right now. So.
Okay. I mean, it's just it's nothing I would ever like put real thought into, but it's just kind of fun to play around with. You know, I mean, please go to a financial advisor to invest money.
You may want to use a financial advisor,
right? So. Next up is the no video, but it's Bloomberg news article talks about the Uber IPO. And again, I will buy $5 worth. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of fun to have. But what does everyone think about the IPO? I mean, do you think that they're going to tank as bad as Lyft does? I mean, Lyft is down like 20%. So I think Uber has a lot more to offer as a business. I mean, they got Uber Eats. They got all the overseas. I mean, Lyft's not overseas. I mean, Uber's got all the overseas stuff. They just bought out some company.
Korean company?
Yeah. So, I mean, they have a lot more, I don't know what the word for it is, but moving parts, more. But they also have a lot more debt out there, too. So that kind of goes hand in hand. But I think it'll do better than Lyft. I hate to say that. I like Lyft way better as a driver. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to do anything crazy.
So Roger seems to think that it's the beginning of the end for a lot of drivers. Why do you think this specifically is the beginning of the end for a lot of drivers?
Who said that?
Roger.
I think a lot of it, anytime a company goes public, all of a sudden you got stock people, right? Or stockholders, they call them.
Right.
So it kind of changes the way, you can't just do whatever you want.
Sure.
You know what I mean? As soon as you have a bunch of people that you have to answer to, you're like, oh, but the problem is they going to want to make money. And gosh, I thought this was the title. It was the title. Uber warns in the IPO filing that its drivers will be even less happy. So Uber warns that. So I don't know if that's a quote or what, but they're going to have to be able to make money to show it to the shareholders. Well, sure. Shareholders, that's the right thing. I said stockholders. That wasn't right.
Shareholders, yeah.
Shareholders. I mean, how are they going to do that? I mean, cut the driver's pay.
They make a lot of money.
Well, I know, but they spend a lot of money.
Well, then spend less. There's two ways a business can be more profitable, right? I mean, you either cut your cost or you make your more income.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, another smart way would be to maybe not lower what the drivers are paid, but maybe give it a little bit of a bump, and more people will start driving, and you make more money that way.
There's no way they're going to raise the rates.
No, I know that.
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
I'm just saying there's lots of ways of being more profitable.
You want to give us a business lesson?
No, I don't want to. But I'm just...
I want a lesson on SEO.
Yeah, but not
well, we talked about that. Yeah, Samantha, they are legally responsible to their shareholders before us. Yeah, that's why I'm worried about. I don't think it's the end, but it's going to be interesting to see how it works out.
I mean, in Uber's filing for their IPO, they talk about how they're decreasing incentives for drivers.
Yeah,
like they spelled it out in the article.
I know, and I'm like, what are you doing? You shouldn't say that you're going to do that, but I mean, I guess they have to tell their shareholders how they're going to make money. So clearly they've told us how they're going to make money. They're going
to get rid of us, you know.
We can't get rid of us. Well, they're going to try to get it
5 years, right? And all self-driving cars. So
not in 5 years.
No, I know.
Well, they're gonna try to lower it as low as they can until they start seeing drivers quit too much, and then because look how much they've lowered it, and we still drive.
Right.
I mean, so when is it going to be too low? Where we're like, it's not fun anymore. It's not. I mean, they've kind of took the fun away with the old unicorns. That's kind of a bummer.
I used to do this for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about Fenville rides.
No. No, there was an organization way back in the day called Last Call.
Oh, really?
And they did free rides. Like, we would hang out at the dog pit, and they would call us on cell phones. We would have a cell phone for the organization, and we would dispatch drivers to go pick them up. So it was basically what we're doing now, but it was volunteer work.
Interesting.
So,
Roger has a Lyft amp for sale. He's not. He says he has two. I think Peter brought up that Lyft canceled their amp program. If you don't have one, you're not going to get one anymore. Which is good. I mean,
but your grandfather, if you have
you are. But I can't believe they would. First, it was like you only had to get 250 rides. That's it. Then you have to get 250 rides in a quarter.
Right.
And now they just got rid of it all. I mean, that had to be expensive to send that thing out. I mean,
sure.
I mean, it's probably $6 from China, but I mean, you got shipping and you got the tech end of it to support it. And I bet you in a couple of years, they're probably like, yeah, we're not going to support the amp anymore. We're firing all our tech guys for that.
Who knows?
Yeah. So anyways, I will buy $5 of Uber stock.
Right.
Maybe more if it does well. This one's safety check. Put that one up, Ben. I want to see if anyone's seen this. I haven't.
I have not either.
Says, is Daniel with you? Send a ride code to confirm your rider is in the right vehicle. So is this okay? So this is getting sent to the driver.
Right? Yes.
Is Daniel with you?
And then if you send the code, it will go to the passenger's phone.
And then I wonder what it says on the passenger end. Please enter this code, and then I don't know. I just saw this on Facebook. I don't know anything about it, but I know that it is another safety feature. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But, yeah. I mean, I like it. I think having extra safety features through technology is great, is a great idea. I don't often get wrong people because I keep my car locked, and I kind of confirm. But did we talk about that lawmaker in the last podcast, or that female that got killed? Did we talk about that law did pass in South Carolina that they're going to create a light for Uber and Lyft drivers, and they'll be required to have one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to stop all, but I think it's good, don't you? Or how do you guys feel about it?
I mean, I like my ride, the one I bought for the van. I like it.
Yeah, but I mean, would you what do you think about having the government involved and saying you have to, if you're going to be a rideshare driver, you have to this certain light? What if you didn't like it? And you're like, well, I guess it's rules, so you have to light it up.
What does it matter? I mean, if you want to pick up drivers in Chicago Airport, you have to have a sticker in the window.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you're supposed to have a sticker in Michigan too, but.
Well, yeah, but what's the difference, right?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I think
so. Samantha's question is comment is she thinks drunk people have a hard time with it.
Hard time with what?
With seeing the light. Will it matter to them? I guess that's the question, right? Will it make a difference?
It's so hard to me to put myself in someone's shoes that's so intoxicated that they don't understand how to function. I mean,
right?
You know what I mean? And everyone handles their alcohol a little bit different, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been really drunk, and I would be able to see. I mean, I might not be able to spell what's on the sign, but I would be able to know if it was that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that, Peter, if you don't like it, don't drive. Shut up, Peter. Shut up. Oh, hi, Brutus. Is the gate open?
Apparently.
Oh, it's my Boston Terrier.
I know who was up there last.
It was me. I thought I closed the gate all the way, but I thought Roger said something about underwear.
Welcome back, Christopher.
It says, what if you ride under someone else's account? Ooh, you mean for the texting thing? Yeah, I don't like when people... Right. I mean, I do it, but I actually make sure... Well, if it's for Sandy, well, that could be a boy's name.
Really?
Yeah.
Sandy?
Sandy from Greece? Oh, no, she was... was she a girl in that one?
Greece?
Well,
the movie Grease with John Travolta?
Sandy, she was a girl.
Was she a girl in that one? Yeah. Anyways. Okay, John. Fine. Is that better for you?
That's not a girl's name.
I know. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, when someone gets in the car and it's the rider's name is John on the app,
right,
and a female gets in there, you'll be like, who ordered the ride? And they'll say, if they don't say the name, I'll be like, you're not getting in. But I don't know. Somebody's going to get burned. Someone's going to get burned.
Right.
And
I mean, I often pick up people where it's the girlfriend and it's running off the boyfriend's app.
Yeah, I mean, will you take people that way?
I do all the time.
All right. Well, I do too, but
now if I was concerned, I will call him, and I've done that several times. It's like, hey, Samantha wants to get in my car. Is that who you think? Yep, that's right, and he'll confirm, and it's all good.
Yeah, I wonder if that texting thing would be. So I get distracted. I'm terrible. I wonder if that texting feature will be beneficial.
Yeah, I think what I keep going back for is I think this will help if we as the drivers can be the gatekeeper. But what happens if it's a situation that were like before that she's so drunk she'd just get into any car?
Right. So you're saying when we're the gatekeeper, we control the safety feature because if she's got to do it. Well, she clearly hasn't looked at the plate. Right. Or he hasn't looked at the plate.
Obviously, the guy who killed her was not a driver. And so it won't fix in that. There won't be any, it won't be a fix in that situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's technology out there that they haven't developed, whatever it is, that can confirm with even if that person's passed out.
Right. The problem is the reason why this is so popular.
The safety?
The whole app, Uber and Lyft, is because it's so simple. Right. We don't need anything else other than our phones.
Right. Yeah. And is the dog still down here?
No.
Okay. That's how you look down. I just want to make sure. I mean, there's several fail safes, but then again, if you're wasted, are you going to remember that? But
again, those fail-safes will work just fine if it's the driver that's the gatekeeper. Right?
Yeah.
If it's us, if we control the safety. But
I love when you say gatekeeper.
Well,
it kind of just makes me chuckle. I
deal with gatekeepers every day.
When I hear the gatekeeper, it reminds me of Ghostbusters.
The original Ghostbusters.
Yeah, when they're on the he's the Rick Moranis was the gatekeeper, or was the chick? Was it Sigourney Weaver that was the gatekeeper?
No, she was the key, right? Oh, maybe he was the key.
I don't know, but every time, as soon as you said it the first time, I thought about Ghostbusters. Some of these people in here don't even know what Ghostbusters is.
The original one, not
the
the new
original
one.
one. Yeah,
Not
for sure.
Not the new one.
Right. All right. Next up. Oh, this is not a good one. I don't like this one.
Gatekeepers reminds me of Hot Chicks, says Flowmaster.
What? That must be a different.
No, she was hot.
It was a movie or something.
Really?
I don't know.
No, he must be from a different generation because I don't know what that is. We're old.
Wasn't Hot
old.
Chicks a movie?
Pff, who knows?
Okay.
Peter said gatekeeper.
Keymaster.
Hey, you got 16 computers over there. Google it.
Sorry, Vaughn says it's the Keymaster.
Yeah. Peter says gatekeeper reminds me of Ghostbusters. Yeah. All right. Next up.
Have any of you seen the Ghostbusters Uber vehicle?
It's not an
In
Uber
Grand
vehicle.
Rapids?
I've seen it around, but
No.
it's not an Uber
Yeah,
vehicle.
it is.
Somebody made an Uber vehicle that
They can't use that, can they?
Yeah, why not?
Apparently.
You can fit 4 people in it.
Maybe.
Anyway.
The next one is this is gonna cause some. It's not a video; it's just an article, but it's gonna cause a little bit of discussion. Now, I don't want to get in politics here at all, but you can you can say whatever the hell you want. I mean, this is just a Facebook, but basically, what it boils down to is a woman was going to an abortion clinic. And an Uber driver said,
that one.
Yeah, he goes, I know it's none of my business, but there is so much they don't tell you. You're going to regret the decision for the rest of your life. He says, I'm sorry, but I can't take you the rest of the way. I can take you back to my city, but you won't be able to find another Uber out of here. The young woman, who was in complete shock, started crying, called a local cab, and then got her to the appointment 1 hour late. She has since filed a police report. She wrote a huge post, so we'll post this. Well, another thing I forgot to mention, you guys that are on the Facebook watching. If you go to podbean.com and subscribe or wherever you get your iTunes, please download the podcast too. And in that, all the show notes will have all these articles that you can click on. So I didn't mean to interrupt this story, but
So Samantha says it's not our business, plain and simple, and I agree 100%. I agree 100%. We are there to provide a service, and whether or not we personally believe that they should be doing has nothing to do with it.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I'm just going to play the flip side. I'm not going to go either side. You're an independent contractor. You don't have to take that ride if you don't want to.
No, but then
you're not denying her because
he shouldn't have picked her up at all.
Well, he didn't know where she was going.
It's true.
Oh, you mean as they were okay? Yes, he should have canceled the ride before they started driving but maybe he didn't know. He saw the location and didn't know that what, and they got to talking.
What if it was me going to a strip club?
Okay, what about it?
No, I'm just saying why. I mean, I know it's different, but shouldn't he then deny me that ride too? Or if I'm going to...
Well, maybe he doesn't have a problem with strip clubs.
Or maybe you're going to see a hooker.
Right. Or maybe,
it doesn't matter.
Maybe I'm going to pick up a bottle of scotch. I mean, where
Why
does
is it different?
stop?
Yeah.
Where does it stop?
I say take people wherever they want to go.
No. My point is they're independent contractors. They don't have to do whatever they want.
No, but then he should ask every time, why are you going to the store?
No, because that's not... You're missing my point. My point is... He doesn't care if people go to the store. He doesn't care if people get hookers. He doesn't care if people go to strip clubs. But he cares if people are going to an abortion clinic. And that's his right to cancel the ride, right?
Sure.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying
He's totally in the wrong. I'd like to point that out there.
Well, I'm just saying he probably shouldn't have said anything. I agree. But he still has the right to cancel the ride.
But he does. But what he did was a shitty move. He dropped her off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, there's no other... yeah.
I mean...
Oh, guy in the white hat is right, says Flowmaster.
My name's Jason, bro. Independent con. Yeah, I mean, sorry.
Larry, I am not a party animal.
He is not. He's actually quite calm. Earlier, before we started, wait till you hear, Larry, wait till you hear your bonus footage.
No.
It's bananas.
We're going to cut it tonight.
No, we're not.
No, I know.
BANANAS.
But
yeah, I mean, But I am saying, as far as legalities and what he did, technically he can do that. You can end the ride anytime you want. But it was a dick move.
It was a dick move, definitely.
Yeah, and would I have done it? No, I would have moved on. But yeah, I don't know. You're going to have to get a little tougher skin if you're going to. I mean,
it's not for you.
And
this rideshare gig, it's not easy.
No, well, it is, but you do have to maintain some sort of. Not decency, but just be like, just shut up and drive.
Yeah,
we should make a shirt on that. Shut up and drive. But yeah, black hat better.
Well, I am better.
Oh yeah, so we're picking sides. Remember what I said at the beginning of this article? We weren't picking
How
sides.
about those who don't have a hat?
Yeah.
Ben feels left out.
Yeah,
well, you're on Jesper's side anyways. Oh wow, that was aggressive.
Wow.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah, no, sorry.
So no, I'm just, when Ben and I have Thread Podcast, Life Unfiltered, threadspodcast.com. When Ben and I, sometimes we have these discussions where it doesn't mean I'm for what the guy did, but it's good to have, like, you were like adamant, but then all of a sudden you agreed with me later on. Like, technically he didn't do anything wrong. He's an independent contractor. He didn't break the law. Now, if it was a service dog or whatever, then that's a different story. But yeah.
Right.
Raj, I just saw this random. What do two full-grown dragons eat? I don't even know what that's about. Oh man, that was funny as shit, though. I don't know what it meant, but it got me off the.
Peter goes, whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're
moving on.
Let's just skip the next one. Oh, we'll just talk about it real quick. No video. This is about. I added this later. This is interesting that a driver.
Thanks, Ben. Are you referring to us as dragons now?
Basically, the driver dropped this person, picked this person up from their home, dropped him off, went back to the house and robbed it. I mean, you know what though? That's kind of ingenious if you know they're gone. I mean, I'm not condoning it, but he got caught.
Guys, it was a Game of Thrones reference.
Yeah, I know. Please, no spoilers. Please. Now we're gonna get a spoiler, but it's the guy got caught though, clearly, so he's kind of a dumbass.
Well, that's the other part of it, right? Let's not forget that they track everywhere you're going.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh yeah. Hey guys, just after you drop a passenger off, they're still following you, and you know what? Honestly, with your app off, they're probably still following you.
Oh
too.
yeah,
even though they're not supposed to.
I mean, Google is tracking everywhere you're going.
Well,
right,
yeah.
map,
I mean, there's no safety at all, or no, what's the word? Privacy.
No.
I'm trying to read this article. Oh, they had a ring surveillance footage. The house did, so they got. I'm telling you, everyone's got cameras now. Don't be robbing places. You're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
I mean,
my whole house.
His whole house is wired except his bedroom.
Yes, no bedrooms.
I mean, I've been asking for that one, but he's been denying me. But yeah, seriously. Oh man,
Samantha, I don't watch Game of Thrones. Sorry, man.
She didn't put a spoiler on there, did she?
No. The doorbell caught.
Oh yeah, no, we just caught up with that. Yeah.
Some people just don't get it, like this whole technology thing.
Who wrote about my buffering issues?
That was me.
Oh man, I tell you, little side story. HBO Now, they've had 2 years to correct this. Okay, we start watching it, Megan and I, and within 3 minutes it starts buffering, and everyone's like, "Oh, you have fast internet." I'm like, "No, it's the app. It's the app that's not working because I could do anything else." But I threw a fit and went to bed. So I have not seen the first episode yet. I'm going to try to watch it during the week when not everyone and their mother is watching it, and hopefully I can watch it because that's the only way you can get it other than streaming it illegally. I don't want to do that, but
yeah, we don't stream illegally.
No, but you can get so HBO Go is the app if you have a cable subscription, or you can just run it through your cable, but I don't have cable. So yeah, I threw a fit. It was pretty just terrible. So
I would believe that. You are a little bit like a little
yeah,
girl
I'm a little
sometimes.
I'm bougie. We haven't brought that up. I'm very bougie. Yeah, Samantha had 0 problems on HBO Go, which is through your cable provider, not HBO Now. I'm terrible. How can they not? I don't understand that. You've had 2 years to fix the problem.
Jason's a big baby.
Yeah,
Peter.
yeah. I mean, I just don't understand. Peter, you're banned. I don't understand how you can't get that. Anyways,
moving on.
So don't be an idiot. Don't break into your passenger's house. They're going to have a camera. You're going to get caught. Now you're going to do 5 to 7 years, you dummy. All right. So we're going to move in our tip time. It's sponsored by Venture cameras. This is the camera. I'd post a link. Everyone's going to throw a fit about it, but post it anyways. Venture camera. We recommend that. $200, best camera on the market. Has great infrared light. Easy to lock a video in, 2-button press, and you got your video locked in your event file. It doesn't have Wi-Fi or anything like that, but
you don't need it.
Yeah, you think you need it, but then you get a camera that has it in there, and it's a disaster and a shit show. And but no, you can either bring the camera in and hook to your computer or take the card out. But honestly, it's there for your safety. So 99.999% of the time, it's just going to record over it. So
right.
You can get it on it's an Amazon link that they posted. So we're going to jump. Oh, the tip. I almost jumped into Facebook questions. This is by Nick. Be sure to always check the tread on your tires. Uneven wear means there is a bigger problem, and if caught early enough, you'll not have to replace the tires. You'll avoid the warranty on the tires if there's a suspension issue and it goes on for long. So Nick actually had a personal thing with this, right? I don't remember the exact detail, but he didn't realize, or a mechanic didn't realize the uneven tires, and he ended up spending like a ton of money on suspension or whatnot. But that is true, though. I never used to rotate regularly, and I'd be like, get a year and a half on my one tires, and they'd be like, yeah, you didn't rotate. I'm like, I got to replace the tires already. So now it's every 5,000 to 6,000 miles I rotate them. So, do you do it regularly, or you're not?
Nope.
Oh boy, and I know Ben doesn't. He doesn't even check the transmission fluid.
I'm not regular. So
you're not regular.
No.
Do you need some coffee or some what is that? Honey bunches of oats? No.
Actually, Nick, it is time
Bran
for
flakes.
Bran flakes. What's the wheat one?
Wheat.
Shredded wheat. Shredded wheet, and not the frosted, the non-shredded.
But speaking about being regular, it is time for me to change my transmission fluid. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to do.
Yep.
But so we're gonna jump in the Facebook questions. Some of them we've already touched on. Before we do that, let's check up on comments.
Samantha changes her tire.
Or rotates it monthly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're driving full time,
yeah, that's.
And
really
I know
a
she
good
does.
idea.
She does flex too. So I know you're putting the miles on for flex. I mean, if I'm gig economy full time, I'm oil change a month. Yeah. 5,000 miles, 6,000 miles. So, all right. Who has HBO now?
Peter.
Did it work for you, Peter? Did you watch it live? He probably says yes.
He says no issues. I think it's in your area.
Thanks for Larry being on YouTube. Like, I feel like you were supposed to take the YouTube and I was supposed to take the Facebook.
Samantha says she does 1,000 miles a week.
Oh, that's about right. 5K a month.
That's a lot.
That's
driving.
a lot of miles.
Whew.
Yeah, I
need
think
a new car every 100 weeks.
100.
No, 200 weeks.
More like 3 or 4 if you're doing a lot of highway miles. Let's see where I'm at for my business miles this year. I know you really want to know that. I use Sherpa Share.
No.
What?
I don't like Sherpa Share.
You don't?
I like automatic.com.
I've driven 12,700 miles just for business this year.
So far?
Yep.
Let's see. Last year I claimed 11,500 miles.
Now remember, January, February, March, I was pretty much full time.
Oh no.
I
know.
So, shut up, Peter. You watched it live. You didn't watch it live because it's already been recorded years ago.
Flowmaster, ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, that I like Flowmaster's idea. Mine has 175,000. It just turned. I'm just breaking that sucker in. So, where are we at? I'm lost. Oh, questions. Amy, are people going to use the Uber Driver Appreciation Award to purchase stock?
Nope.
I mean, if I got 10,000, I might throw $1,000.
What award?
What a word.
Yeah, what a word. I didn't get no money.
Oh, well. Yeah, you had to do 2,500 miles.
I know. Yeah, you bet.
2,500 miles?
Or
25 rides.
Shut up. It's late. Been up since 5:30. Okay. Ben, do you want to try to pronounce this guy's next name? Do you got the rundown up? Can you?
I do, but
wait. Go ahead. Is that his real name?
No, it can't be.
I don't know. But anyways, this is kind of a this is kind of question. He says, is the rideshare staging lot going to be enforced as being for rideshare operators only and not a cell phone lot for overflow? Well, this is talking about the Grand Rapids one, and it's not going to be enforced. What's going to be enforced is if people are parking. So there's a cul-de-sac right there, too. What's going to happen is people are just going to park in that cul-de-sac. And what's going to be enforced is the police are going to drive down there and say, get the hell out of the road. You need to be in the lot. So
right.
I don't think it's going to be enforced. But it is, when you guys go out there, it's small. I mean, it's 10 cars. It's probably 10 for the cell phone lot and 10 for the rideshare. And it is divided a little bit.
Sure.
But it's tight.
But that's not, I mean, are we offering that many more cars?
No, you're right. I'm more worried. I think he's more worried about people that are waiting to pick up their family overflowing into the rideshare lot. So when you go to park there, there'll be no parking. Because just naturally, as people are going to pick up their family, we're going to be drawn to the airport because if there's flights coming, I mean, 11 o'clock, there's 6 flights coming, and everyone's going to drive there at 11. There's going to be no place to park. I mean, as long as the cops are okay with us parking on the street, I mean, it's not really blocking anything. I think it'll be fine, but
we'll just have to see how it goes.
Chris got $1,000. Nice.
There you go, Chris.
Are you buying any Uber stock?
No, he's going to buy all kinds of GI rideshare merch.
Yes. Here's a funny thing.
What?
Carry on.
Samantha said it just froze for her.
It's her computer because it's fine on our end.
Oh, okay, fine.
Do you ever pick up old people or talk to people like old, not like us old, like 90s or maybe younger, and they call it Uber?
Yeah.
And not Uber. Uber.
Uber.
Do you correct them or you just let it ride?
No,
I just let it go.
Uber. I don't know why. Is it just because of the dumb English language? It's a U, so you just say Uber?
I don't know.
Did it ever come with the dots on it? You know, or is that...
Well, you're talking about umlaut.
What did you call me?
No, that's the German. That's the German letter is called. That's the.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, because
that's with the 2 dots over.
Well, as rideshare.
Actually, that's not true. Umlaut is different. Anyways,
when rideshare started becoming popular, when you would type Uber in your phone, it would put the dots over it, but now it doesn't do it anymore. I don't know. They took it away, but. So where were we? Okay, Tracy.
Talking about your face.
Yeah.
What is umlaut? I'm gonna have to look it up.
Oh boy, I'll read the next question. Tracy Carnes says, "When are they going to tell us exactly what the long distance fee is up front, like the surge? They keep screwing me on them. I won't do them anymore." Yeah, I mean, Cece, we've talked to Cece about that a bunch of times. I rarely get them. When I do take them, I don't get them very much, or it's like 3 cents. And it's very random, yep. I heard. And it's probably the same thing of this, we're giving you extra money for the surge. There's no really rhyme or reason. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I want to take, if I get one, I mean, you don't really get that far rides for Uber, but if I get one like 18 minutes away, I want to take it once just for shits and grins. So to see how much I get.
Yeah, I don't get anything.
You don't get anything. You don't take anything. Samantha had to fully reload.
It is.
It happens.
It is called an umlaut. Umlaut with a T. Who knows?
So, anyways, Tracy, I don't know what to tell you on that. Yeah, it's just one of those things that Uber's not going to tell us. I gotta pee. So Vaughn, I'm not going to go through everything. Basically, what happened with Vaughn, he had a long trip to Detroit, and it got put on hold. And for new drivers, if you get a ride over $100, they are going to hold it for a couple of days, especially on the weekends. It could be 3 or 4. You take it Friday night at like 10, it might not get approved till Tuesday.
Right. Did you get it though?
I don't know if he's still on.
Vaughn is still here, so did you get him, Vaughn?
I'm sure he did, but if you he posted a picture and it said he owed $3.74 on a 90.
Obviously they changed it.
Right. So yeah, just for new riders, new drivers, if you haven't got a trip longer or more than $100, which is, I don't know, usually about a 90-minute trip, maybe 2-hour trip, they will hold it for a couple of days. So
there's a podcast. There's a blog post I wrote about a trip I did to Chicago, which is not worth it, by the way. Vaughn says thumbs up,
so he got his money.
Did get his money. So.
I know it is kind of freaky though to drive that long and then you're like, oh, I can't cash out, I can't do anything. So I understand why.
There was a story once. Somebody took a trip to Traverse City and then he had no cash to get gas back.
Yeah, that's
right. That was a
right.
couple months ago. We talked about that. Somebody hooked him up,
FedExed him some money.
It was the rabbi or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
The rabbi.
Yeah, remember that guy?
What was his name?
Yeah, but he wasn't
the apostle or.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Something.
Yeah.
And he didn't have cash to get gas on.
So somebody bailed him out from the group. They sent him.
You know what? Good for them. I mean, I wasn't going to bail them out. I mean, if it was any of our friends in the group,
Dennis who bailed them out. I think
that's
it
right.
was.
Dennis, yeah.
Good job, Dennis. What a nice guy.
Dennis is a good guy.
Get hot dogs.
Only like 2 people get that joke. Okay. Tanya posted, I cannot, or how about talking about why we don't get paid for the time we are waiting for the passenger when they have multiple trips? So I didn't know that, but what I typically do is the second they get out, I put ready to go and hit start.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't wait for them to get in the car and then hit go.
But she's talking about multiple trips.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So person A gets in the car, they drive to the gas station, and then their next trip is the liquor store. As soon as they get to the gas station, I click arrive and then start the next trip and wait for them to get in.
Oh, yeah.
So while they're doing their dilly-dallying in the store, I'm getting paid for waiting time.
Yep.
So, I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, could you
should.
Yeah, and I didn't know that you didn't get paid for that. I mean, I don't have a ton of multiple stops.
No.
Especially when we drive on the weekend nights. Usually it's boom, boom. During the day, they run errands and stuff. But so I did not know that you weren't getting paid for that time. But yeah, my recommendation is just start the trip when you get to your second stop. So then you'll definitely get paid. Yeah, that's Peter said the same thing. That's what he does. So because then you know you're getting paid for the wait time.
So Roger, no, you don't get paid if you don't start the next ride.
Well, which is odd though, because when you are waiting for the initial ride, Lyft says you're getting paid for waiting.
You were not until after a little bit.
No, I mean, I think within 2 or 3 minutes you're getting paid.
No, yeah, but within 2 or 3 minutes.
Right, but I think what she's bringing up is in between. I can't tell you. I've never experienced it. So, but my recommendation, like Peter's,
start it right away.
Start it right away. Because what's going to happen if she comes out and says, "Oh, she's going to stay," then you just end the trip. I mean, it's no big deal. So
yeah.
So Vaughn is asking that he said the heard Lyft that imposed a 100-mile limit. Is that true? And what does that mean?
No,
I haven't heard that.
I have not heard that either.
No, I think. Well, I did see something about Lyft. I thought there was a $300 limit for money because somebody had that. I think Gabe had that happen. Either Gabe or Phil, while he was driving to Wisconsin, and it went off. Or no, Gabe had one where he was like 7 miles from the destination, and the guy just gave him cash for the rest of the way. Okay. But it'll just shut off. Lyft will. I don't know.
Limits are set by distance and price, and they are set different for each city.
Well, let's look up every city. That guy that chimed in earlier, Jason, he says it's not relevant to him, so we need to find out what city he's from. But I don't know about the $100. I know it's completely random. Still bitter. Peter says he thinks that's true about choo-choo.
The 100-mile limit.
The 100-mile limit. That's not very far.
No.
I mean, that's
How
not
far
to
is
Detroit.
Lake City?
That's not even. Oh, it's not 100 miles. Ooh, it's close. I bet you it's close.
I had a Lyft trip to Lake City.
100 miles won't even get you to Detroit. Interesting. We'll have to look into that a little bit because I mean, 100 miles. Yeah, that's not very far at all.
Peter said he read that somewhere too, but there was
It's 119 miles to Lake City, and I did that on Lyft.
Well, I mean, I think this is relatively new.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up a little bit.
Yep.
We'll send Jason to look it up, not me.
Be nice. Just be nice.
I'm gonna be nice. All right.
Be nice.
Sally wanted to talk about the Lyft bubble. Okay, she posts all the time about Sally. It's not random. It's just bitching about Uber and Lyft, and I'm like, I get it, but I don't know. She wants to know a bubble that could end worse than a snap. Yeah, we know it's going to be shitty. I mean, is that a shock to anyone? And then last question is, Suzanne cracks me up too. She's funny. Uber driver here, a mass text to all drivers and riders about the seatbelt laws and other regarding minors. Yeah, wear your seatbelt. I was going to ask, you ask your passengers to put their seatbelt on?
I do if it's
front seat.
Well, front seat because it dings and you want to stab them in the eye.
But if I have kids or anybody who's under 16, yes, I will.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, if they're 16, they can, well, technically the law is 16 and under.
16 and under.
I don't wear it, excuse me.
But I will, if they're adults, I don't care.
I mean, technically, we probably should have them put their seatbelts on because if you get in an accident, them son of bitches are going to come flying up and hit you right in the back of the head.
So for the out-of-staters who's joining us, Michigan seatbelt law states that the passenger in front has to have the seatbelt on. Anybody in the back, you have to be 16 and under. And then you still have to wear your seatbelt. Anything older than 16 don't have to wear your seatbelts.
Peter looked it up. I'm clicking on it now, but
yeah, but that's old. It was from 2014.
Oh, the article he posted?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see a date on it. Oh yeah, it was 2014.
I do know in some other states,
here,
the seatbelt laws are different, and you have to
You're
always
fired,
wear
Peter.
them, whatever. So,
yeah, Donald Pendleton Jr. joined us. Thanks, Donald. I don't know where you found us, but I appreciate it. He said he went to Sacramento to San Francisco over 100 miles, didn't get cut off. Yeah, I mean, we're just, we've all done longer rides than that too. We definitely need to look into that though, because shit, I don't want to. How awkward is it? You're driving on the road, because that's what happened to Gabe. It just shut off. Like his app just went done.
But here's the thing, though: if he's able to order the ride,
what are you talking about? Are we losing steam? You're looking at me.
No. But
Just stop mid.
Did you see that?
If the rider's able
If
to
he
order
orders the ride,
if the rider's able to order the ride,
Yeah.
Continue.
Shouldn't that tell us whether we can actually drive it? I mean, both Uber.
Oh, I see
both
what you're
Uber-
saying.
both
When they
Uber and Lyft,
when they
charge up front,
yeah, when they request the ride, it's over
Right.
100 miles. It should say, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir,
right?
you can't take this ride."
Exactly. That's what I mean. If they're able to order the ride, we should be able to get there.
Yeah, that's a good
The
point.
problem with the Gabe had is they had that the
money limit.
No, well,
Oh.
no, but in the Uber app, the problem is they charged over the lake, so that there was that mistake with the geolocation was going over over the lake, so it was actually longer, and that was the problem that he was having.
I swear though, it was Gabe though, or it was Phil then that must have did that. But I swear it just shut off for him. But oh well.
Dingleberry on YouTube would like to know if all white
what Dingleberry
on YouTube wants to know if all white Uber drivers have big beards. I don't, obviously.
Where's that? Is it up? I don't see it.
No, it's a comment on one of the videos.
On the
Dingleberry. It was too good. I had to mention it.
Dingleberry. That's a stupid ass name.
So
yeah. So that's about it. So, you guys, thank you so much.
Are we done?
We're done. We don't have anything left.
I keep yawning and I forget that I'm on camera.
I know. Yeah, that's tough. You don't want to yawn because you're like trying to have fun, but you're like, you're recording for how long will we be recording?
It's been an hour and a half.
Hour and 37 minutes. So, well, thank you guys very much. I want to figure out a couple things. Let's think of how these damn links work. I wonder why they don't let you post links in.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you guys could go to our YouTube, our new YouTube channel too, just search GR Rideshare Adventure Podcast. We're going to start streaming on that. Maybe not next week. Maybe we need to build that up a little bit more. So,
right.
But yeah, thank you very much. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Everybody have a good night.
Bye. Drive safe.
Guys. Oh, and be careful. Did we shut off?
I don't know. You started talking.
I was just going to say,
see on the screen.
There you go. Be on look for our new sponsor.
Yes.
And
2
it is
weeks.
not the puke bucket.
No, but we should reach out to them. I think it's a fake site. Don't buy it on there. They're going to steal your credit card.
Good night, Larry. And good night,
Roger.
Flowmaster.
Right.
Everybody, good night.
Good night. Don't forget to turn off Twitter, too. I don't know.
Just did.
I can't believe it worked. That's sweet.
Are we good?
Yep. I think so. Don't swear yet, though. Facebook's off.
Audacity, stop.